Okay, Team Impact, we're almost through the packet. We've got two more lessons. Today's lesson 9, box plots. And, another name for this is called a box and whisker plot. You're going to see what I mean. I drew it up on the board for the people in class, but if you're at home, you're going to see kind of right here. Here's a box, and then we consider these whiskers. We're going to talk about what these are, how to do them, and how to create them. Because this is a statistical concept that we need to grasp. So let's get started with some vocabulary. The box plot displays a data distribution using five key numbers. The difference between the first and third quartiles is called the inter right quartile, quartile range. All right, we know that from before, or what we call the IQR, right? Okay, the smallest piece of data is called the minimum, and I'm just going to abbreviate that. The median of the lower half. Do you remember what that was called? We used that to get the interquartile range. That's called the first, all right, quartile. The median of the data is the median. It's the middle, right? Median or middle, right? All right. The median of the upper half. Well, if the median of the bottom half was the third, this was the second quartile, another name, median or middle. This is the third quartile, right? And the largest piece of data is the maximum. Okay, so let's take a look at this box and whisker plot here a little bit closer and see if we can. Can I zoom in? No, not really. Let's talk about this. All right, you see this line in the middle? This is the median of the data set. Okay, this box represents 50% of the data. I don't know what those numbers are. And again, just like a histogram, it's very vague here. We can get certain information, but we can't get specific information. So this is 50% of the data. This is the median. This whisker, and sometimes people will put a dot there, takes us to the maximum number, all right, the largest piece. This whisker takes us to the bottom number. Now, the first question a lot of you will have is why does this whisker seem longer than this one? Well, it has to do with the spread of the data, all right? And it just depends what the numbers are in the data set. So in this spread, we have numbers that are long and drawn out. It looks like the smallest number here is about 2. So we could have a 3, a 4, a 5, an 8, a 9, a 10, and so on. Over here, the maximum number looks to be about, let's call that 17. Okay. And we could have 3 17s, all right, 2 16s, right? And then a 15. So when we look at the spread of the data, it's just clustered together a little tighter. So when we look at that whisker, that's why this whisker is shorter than the other. And we won't know that unless we had the numbers to start with, which we're going to make our own box and whisker in a minute. Okay, so if we think about this in another way, this is 25% of the data. From here to here is 25% of the data. This is 25% of the data. The box is 50, and then that whisker is 25% of the data. And we have 425s, which of course gives us 100%. So, so very important. All right, let's get into this thing, and here we go. First thing we need to do is get organized from least to greatest. So looking for the smallest numbers, 34, okay, and then 45, right? Let's go. 47, 48, 2 of those, 49, and a 50, right? Okay, so we always started with the median. Go ahead and find the median of the numbers. Find the middle number, right? And here it is. It's 48. And I'm just going to write that down right there. Okay. And then let's find the first quartile, right? And here it is. It's 45. The median of the bottom half is 45. And then let's find the median of the top half, which is 49. Go ahead and fill in the smallest number and the biggest number of 34 and 50. Okay. All right, nothing is different there. We've done that. We've even found the interquartile range. We've also found the range, all right, of the data. All right. Looking at that, do you think there's an outlier? Probably not. That's a nice cluster of data, right? Okay, so to make a box and whisker, we always start with the median. The median is 48, so the median is going to be the middle line of the box. So let's say 48 is there, okay? The first quartile is going to be the other line, which goes to 45. And the third quartile is 49, and it goes right before 50. And what we're going to do is make a box, okay? And that box represents 50% of the data, right? 50%. So when we look at this box, okay, we have 25, 25. Here's the median. The whole box is 50%, as I just said. We're going to draw a whisker down to 34. Okay, and I still put the dot there. You don't have to. All right, but there's that whisker. And then we're going to draw a whisker up to what? 50. And there's that whisker. And let's just talk about, again, just as I explained earlier up there, this whisker is longer than this whisker because look at the cluster of the data from the median up. Look how tight that is. But when we look from the median down, it goes clear down to 34. So we have a bigger spread or range of data. All right. And that's what the box and whisker tells us. What can we get from this box and whisker? The smallest and the biggest. We can get the median. We can get the IQR. But what we can't get is specific data. Okay. Let's go again on the next one. Here we go. 7, 8, 9. 2 nines. 7, 8, 9, and 9. Next up will be 10 and 2 11s. And then I have a 12. I have a, 14. I have 2, that looks like a 19 there. I have a couple 15s. I'm doing this and I don't like to do it that way. I should have started down here. There's a 16 and a 19. Okay. Okay. Go right through it. Here we go. Let's get the median of the data set. Right. I'm coming here. And there it is. 11 is the median. The smallest number is 7. That's easy. The biggest number is 19. Let's get the first quartile. First quartile is the median of the bottom half, as I said before. We have 2 of them. They're both 9. All right, so it is 9. And let's go to the top. And they're both 15. Okay. So there's our data. Let's go ahead and make our box and whisker plot. The median is 11. Draw your line. The first quartile is 9. Draw your line. Third quartile is 15. Make your box. Remember, what's the box represent? 50% of the data. This whisker goes out to the number 19. This whisker goes down to the number 7. Okay. 25, 25, 25, 50. Median, first quartile, third quartile. Maximum number, smallest number. Okay. So now we're going to kind of work backwards here. And we're going to pull some information out of this box and whisker plot. Minimum number looks to be about, 11. First quartile looks to be about, we'll call that 12. The median is certainly 14. The third quartile looks to be about 16. And the maximum is about 18. Could I get the IQR? Yep. 16 minus 12 is 4. 18 minus 11 is 7. I have the median, so I can get that specific data, but I can't get specific numbers out of that. And that's really important that you understand that. Okay. Let's continue to roll on the back side. Here we go. Christina conducts a poll to determine the number of colleges high school seniors applied to. She creates a box plot to represent the information. Okay. Determine the range of the number of colleges. Range is big minus small. So it looks to be 9 minus 0 is 9. 9 is the range. 9 what? 9 colleges. How about the next one? What is the median number of colleges applied to? Clearly, it's 6 colleges. How about the next one? What is the IQR, the interquartile range of all the numbers of the college's applicants? 8 minus 4, right? It's third minus the first, which is 4 colleges. Which quartile represents the greatest spread of the data? Which one? Would it be the first, the second, the third, or the fourth? Well, certainly it's the first. Look how long that line is. We have a bunch of numbers that are spread out there. So it's the first. It's the first. How would you describe the variability of the number of college applicants? Okay. So I would look at this and I would say, hey, the data varies with the highest concentration being between 4 and 8. Why? Why between 4 and 8? Because from here to here is 50% of the data. The box represents 50. So that is just a general question. So highest concentration is between 4 and 8. So how are we doing so far? How would you grade yourself so far? You all right? You feel comfortable with this? Let's hope so. Let's slide down to the last piece, number 9. The average monthly rainfall during the summer months and winter months are shown. The range of the rainfall was 12. Is that true or false? The range. Well, it's 15. Looks to be 3. 15 minus 3 is 12. Yeah. So we'll call that true. Sure. Blank. The median rainfall in the summer was 13. The summer. So here's summer, right? There's summer. So the median was 13 right there. I don't think that's 13. That looks like 11 to me. So I'm going to say false. For half of the months in the summer, the rainfall was greater than 11 inches. All right. So we got to be careful here. The summer. Here's the summer. Half of it was greater than 11. Yeah, here's 25% and here's 25%. So this would represent 50% as well. So that is true. Sure. Last one. For half of the weeks in the winter, the rainfall was less than 10 inches. We have winter. Here's this. That comes down right at 10. Is half less? Absolutely, it's true. So, don't get confused. Make sure you're specifying what box and whisker plot you are using. So, anyway, all right. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the homework tonight. All right, you have one page. So down here, we're going to be interpreting data from this, and then you're going to construct a couple box and whisker plots on this. All right. There is no con for this week, so I hope you got the Khan Academy done. I wish you the best. Have a good day and a good weekend.